Hey everybody, I hope everyone is well. I'm bringing you guys a quick pick a pile for Divine Feminine answers and what's sort of going on in the Divine Feminine's headspace at this time. Some challenges, some struggles, some things to maybe stop doing, some things to maybe take a deeper look at yourself. It's all about healing, guys. It's all about that, getting your vibration in that right alignment for you. So let's get into this. You can choose, or if you've already seen my post about choosing 1, 2, or 3. And I wouldn't suggest looking at all of these because you're looking at a specific, you're picking what is specific to you, okay? So let's look at pile 1. So with the Divine Feminine energy, we've got under construction. So some changes being made, some identifying some of the wounds, some identifying of needing for sort of fixing and fine-tuning yourself, whether it's with education or spirituality. Sort of just going into that energy where you know you need improvement, and you're sort of identifying the areas where you know you need to improve, and you're looking at past mistakes, but with more of a positive eye, not a negative eye, knowing that, you know, you need to conquer old demons, old past hurts, all those things need to sort of be stripped away so new construction can begin. So your mirror messages, I don't believe in myself. So we have some self-doubt wounds. So those could be an area, like this is sort of maybe an area where, you know, when they're building a house, they say, oh, we have a problem. There's this happening. And now we have to adjust this to make this work. I feel like that's sort of what this is right now. It's sort of like this thrown in the mix of things. It could be something that you never knew you had an issue with, or something that's a new issue for you, or something that's been an issue all along. Not believing in yourself enough. That is a surefire way to lower your vibration and attract sort of negative to you. And we don't want that, okay? So start believing in yourself more. Start believing in your power. Start believing in the power that you can change things, and you write your story. You write it. So it's something to stop doing. Stop obsessing about what you cannot change. Interesting. That includes with people. So you can't change the way somebody's acting. You can't change the way they're reacting to you, or the energy that they're giving to you, or what they're doing in their life. It's their life. They have to live it. It also has to do with the things that maybe were broken from the past that you weren't able to fix, or something that's currently broken in your life, or with someone or a group of people or something, or your family, that you can't change. So it's about more of an acceptance and really understanding that some paths are meant to be some paths. Like some people are meant to be in the energy they're meant to be in for a reason, and it could exclude you completely because it's not healthy for you. And obsessing about the changes that, you know, are not maybe coming fast enough, okay? Just sort of having faith. That all has to tie in with this self-doubt. And then we've got alone. So you're feeling really alone right now, sort of lost in the crowd, lost in sort of space, not really knowing what your place is, not really feeling like you belong anywhere or around anyone in particular. You might be lonely for people. You might be lonely for the past and the way that, you know, the past used to be, and you might have had more friends or more opportunities. You could also feel like after this separation with your twin, you know, you don't want to be alone. It could have triggered some abandonment issues that you were never aware of in the past. So now you're sort of dealing with this aloneness, and trying to find peace within that is really what Spirit wants you to do. Try to find peace with being okay by yourself, because at one point we all are going to be alone. So Spirit is trying to prepare you for this, and teaching you some of these lessons to believe in yourself and trust in, you know, the universe and God has the right plan for you. Also, stop obsessing about things that you can't change. Like we said, people, timelines, certain things that are happening to you. I hope that that was helpful. All right, so let's get on to the next pile. So if you chose pile 2, we've got face yourself. So yeah, you could be having some real difficulty right now in this energy, facing your demons, facing your issues, facing your own self. There could be things that, you know, you don't like about yourself, or things that you know need to change, but you're very afraid to face those things. You're afraid it's going to make you look weak. You're afraid it's going to make you you know, admit to something like craziness or something like you're like afraid of that word. Like, I don't want to be perceived as crazy. I don't want to think there's something wrong with me. That's the first sort of issue, is that not being able to face your issues. We all have issues. We all have wounds from the past. We all have core wounds. We all have childhood wounds. But not facing them is literally changing your perception of the way you view the world, people, things, situations, and love. It affects the way you view yourself. So let's see what your mirror is. I've learned to always take the attention off of myself. So you've got a little bit of focus issues. It could be that, you might have a little bit of a attention issue. But what I'm getting is that this might be more of a codependency, deeper wound, deeper to the root, where you don't want to put the attention on yourself, and you've chosen partners in the past that you could fix or help, so you wouldn't have to work or fix on, yourself, sort of. So taking the attention off of yourself makes things less painful. But really, to make the pain stop, we have to sort of get to the root of it and rip it out, okay? It's kind of like a tooth that needs to be pulled that's beyond like repair is what I'm getting. So sort of like focusing on self is really what, your attention is requiring to you, like to be, honor yourself, honor your needs, okay? Because I feel like you've neglected yourself in the past and filled yourself with situations and people that you could put attention on and try to fix and try to help, and neglect yourself. Look, we've got stop waiting, start living. So if you're waiting for your twin or your soul connection person to get their shit together or come back to you, or giving them more time and more time and more time and more time, it's useless, okay? Spirit's like, sometimes we get out of alignment because there's so much wrong with ourselves and so much wrong with them. But they have to go fix themselves on their own. Simply just waiting is not doing anything. Waiting is like a flower on a hill that's just about barely making it on the sunshine and rain it's been given. And imagine like this flower is in a drought and there's no rain. You're the rain. You have to give yourself the nurture. So Spirit's like, stop waiting for this person. They may never change. But what matters is what you're doing to change yourself. What matters is what your progress is. And we've got stop wishing for what everyone else has. Interesting. So you might be comparing yourself to others. You might be now older and looking around and saying, well, all my friends are married. Nobody's single anymore. I'm the only one. You might be bitter about that. You might be angry about that. You got to be careful what you project outward if you are feeling that way towards people or wishing you had what they had. The grass isn't always greener. It's greener where you water it. So that's the first rule in that. And secondly, you don't know what somebody else's life is. You only know what it looks like to you. And you have to be sure you don't project bad outward, okay? Because bad will come back to you. So you have to start to think more positive, okay? And not wish for what you don't have. Be appreciative for what you do. And whatever you don't have, start working on it. Start working on what you want to do to obtain, those things for yourself. I hope that was helpful. Okay, let's get on to pile number 3. So we've got incomplete. So you're feeling completely lost and incomplete without connection to your twin. But does this transcend to just having connection, period? Because this says to me that nobody can fill these holes. Not a lover, not a twin flame, not a soulmate, not anybody. You are responsible to fill these holes up and make yourself feel complete with whatever that may be. Sometimes love is not enough. So love in itself cannot complete you, okay? It has to go beyond that. It has to go to the root of commitment where you're really going to ride or die with somebody. You're really accepting them for who they are. They're accepting you for who you are. You want to live harmoniously. You're healed from the past, from past lovers and boyfriends and girlfriends that hurt you, and filling these holes. So your mirror says, I was ignored a lot in life, so now I crave attention. So we've got a little bit of attention seeking. So this could be unhealthy in ways that it actually will create more holes. If you look for attention from people that are incapable to give it to you, you have an abandonment wound. If you're looking for people and you attract people that are emotionally unavailable to you, you have an abandonment wound, okay? It could be a father wound or a mother wound, but really it has to do with the attention that you want and feel you need to be whole and complete. Ghosted, not a trace. So now I don't know if this is people in the past that have left you or moved on and left you feeling like you're the ghost of the past and this incomplete energy, or if your twin actually has ghosted and there's a sort of longing now, what happened, and no answers, that sort of thing could have triggered this attention seeking, okay? Where you start to act immature and go back to old pattern ways of dealing with things like teenager year type stuff. So it could be that, Spirit's trying to break you out of this and give yourself the attention, not ask for it or need it from any other person on this planet but yourself, okay? And I feel like these holes can only be filled by you, whether or not your twin ghosted you or not, or whether or not this is people from the past and their past energy has done this to you. You are the only one that can do that, and you're the only one that can save yourself and sort of come out of this in a reborn energy. And the last card we've got is stop taking care of everyone else. So it could be, like I said, you feel like you were filling these holes by taking care of everybody else, by putting everybody else first before yourself. All that has done is made you into this very empty sort of shell type of a way where it's so hard for you now to heal and you don't even know where to start. I feel like go back and look. Start journaling, start writing about your past, start writing about your childhood. You don't have to share this with anybody. Just write it out, get it out of you, okay? That'll start to close up some of these wounds. And it will start to make you pay attention to yourself. Please, Spirit is asking you to pay attention to yourself more. Love yourself, care for yourself, do what you need to do for yourself. That's all that matters. I hope this was helpful. Love and light, everybody.